At the storage unit, we're gonna pull some orders, $15.01 for a whole bunch of Longaberger things. I know that there's a, what is that, a fly?
No, it's like a fuzz.
Fuzz. There's a whole bunch of Longaberger stuff in here, like those liners and everything like that, and they weren't good enough to sell individually. They would be like literally $3 a piece plus shipping. So I lotted them all up, stuck them on bid, and we just picked those up for the Bearded Thrift Machine. They sold for 15 bucks. The thing is that I've already sold 2 of the other ones and made all my money back, so everything is pure profit. A watch lot is in here. There's like 15 watches, sold for 46 bucks plus shipping. What we do with watches, unless they're over $100, we don't put the time into them, do we? We just keep them actually in your room. You like just throw them all in this little box, and then about once a month or 2 times or whenever we have enough watches that we think can sell on bid on eBay, we then go ahead and put them up on a watch lot. And we always do them for parts and non-working, even if most of them are working. And they usually sell 46 bucks. That ain't too shabby. We'll go over the golf clubs at the very end. 25 bucks for some Proto wrenches. And I was looking at the shipping cost on some of this stuff, and we'll go over that also here in a second about the shipping. $78 for a open box Simply Safe wired smart Wi-Fi doorbell. Remember, I did buy these, I think, on the last video at the Bearded Thrift Machine, and I only spent 100 bucks, was it, or 125 bucks? I know I donated some money. This puts us well into the profit, so now every Simply Safe thing is go ahead and going to be profit. $28 for these. They are Timberland black boots, women, size 7. The most surprising stuff that I'm still surprised about, and I did rack my brain the other day, and I think I know where we picked these up. A while back, I still think you were working. I had bought from JT Henry. I bought an attic and a whole room. So when JT Henry, that's a company around here that does auctions. If they have stuff in a room that isn't like so good, we haven't been on their website in a long time. But they used to sell like whole rooms. Like it would be like office space, and then you would buy everything in the room. These were in that room, and they are drawings, copies of drawings from the 1970s. For Mack fire trucks, and there's different ladder trucks and pump trucks, and I think they were from a fire department up in Maryland. And so we were like, I kept them for years, 3 years. They sat literally on the top of my closet, and I didn't do anything, so I was like, nobody's gonna want these, but they're too cool to throw away. And then one day we were running out of inventory, and I was like, listen, I gotta start trying to sell these things. So I went through them and like lotted them up where they were the same truck with the same, you know, type of drawing, and they start selling internationally like hotcakes. This one sold 50 bucks. This one sold 50 bucks. This one sold 50 bucks. And this one sold 50 bucks. And as you look, they're only...
That's a lot of 50 bucks.
That's a lot of 50 bucks. And so each sheet is like worth like almost 15 to 20 bucks a sheet, because there's about 3 sheets in each one of those. And then I found some other drawings that are even more rare, I think, that the person actually was drawing out the fire trucks that they wanted, and then Mack Truck was then giving back like what they drew out. So some of those are listed as high as $100. So I don't know. And the thing is, we have a stack about that high of these things. We probably have $2,000–3,000 in those drawings, which is really cool. I think that's really neat. We had a TaylorMade sale. They're super nice clubs. I wrap the heads of the clubs in paper and then saran wrap to protect the head, because these clank around a lot. Now some of them have chips in them, and so, but this one was very nice. It was a TaylorMade, so for $45 plus shipping. Very nice as it falls and drops to the ground. And they paid $17 to ship that. That means that the shipping on that was not the flat rate shipping that we've been doing, and that was the actual shipping cost to ship that without the discount. Then a Callaway sold with our flat rate of $13 to ship that. That's over $30 plus the 13. Then this one sold right here. This one sold, it is a boxer, so for $16 with $13 flat rate shipping. So this isn't a super high-end brand, and it also needs a grip, but still sold for 16 bucks with the flat rate shipping. And then this one we've had for such a long time. We took an offer of only $12. and then the shipping on this would be the non-discounted shipping. And we kind of lied. The other day I said we were going to do all flat rate shipping. We're going through our listings now, but before we can get through all the listings, we did opt in to the discounted rate. I think that we wouldn't be so competitive if we didn't do that. And like right when we did it on eBay, this immediately happened. We sold $790 in one day, which is pretty high for us. We usually average around $500 gross a day on eBay, give or take, and that's where we like to be. We would like to push that all the way up to like $800 a day. But 500 is pretty good for us. 750 to 800 is usually a really good day for us. Anything over 1,000 is maybe once every 3 months we'll do something over $1,000 a day just on eBay. And so that wasn't bad. And I don't know how everybody else's sales are about the new thing. I think that shipping thing and all these updates have thrown like a wrench into a lot of people's stores. Wouldn't you agree? So we're hopefully, I've talked to a couple resellers today that said that their sales are super low. Ours aren't. They really aren't. They were down for what, 2 days? But then we listed 60 items consecutively, 20 a day, and then they just shot right through the roof. We had two really good days. These right here also, I did a deal on for $20 a piece. As you remember, I picked them up for $5, and we combined shipping. So the guy right here has already bought everything, and then we're gonna refund the shipping. The other way to do that, if you were wondering about combining shipping, is how this guy did it. He purchased these, didn't buy it, and then through eBay sent us a message that he wants an invoice. I personally like this way better, because you're not going back and giving them a refund on something that's already bought. He's gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pack these, get the actual shipping costs. He's already said he's gonna buy them, right? We're gonna go ahead and give him the invoice, and then whatever he pays is good, then no refund. So I like sending the invoice a lot better on eBay rather than refunding and doing all that stuff. Number one, it's a lot quicker. To send an invoice is like a second. All you do is you just click the two things or how many you have, hit send invoice, and then send them what they owe you. But this is a lot more in depth. It's not that much more in depth, but hey, time is money and seconds is dollars. I don't think that that's right, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do some question and answers. Let's get into it.
We have Christian Crow. How do you contact eBay to remove feedback? Please make a video about this, please.
Actually, they make it fairly easy on their website. Now you can call them. There is a customer service line that's kind of hard to find, but you can call them and ask them to remove it. But also on your eBay like store, there's a place where if you just go to your feedback, it says revision feedback or revised feedback. One, they want you to first send an amendment to the actual seller or buyer. I usually do not do that unless they made a mistake, like it was obviously the wrong one. But there's also a way you can request it on eBay itself, and it's under the feedback tab that you can go in there and, there's certain things, I think it gives you 5 things, like they're cursing at you, they threaten you, it's against eBay policy, it's obviously the wrong feedback for the item that was sold, and then you just click those and then send it to eBay. We've never had one that should have been removed that wasn't removed when I asked for it to be removed. I said removed about 17,000 times.
I did not receive the email and do calculated shipping. I am in Michigan and would like to opt out, but I don't know how to. I think this was sneaky how eBay did this.
Yeah, I think if you didn't receive the email, you're already automatically opted out, because we didn't receive the email and we waited till the date that they said they were going to change everything, and then I went on our store and everything was still at the regular calculated shipping. And then we went to other people's, basically just listings, not people's stores, just different listings, and that were opted in, and we saw the big difference in discounts. So if you didn't receive an email and you didn't opt into anything, you're basically, everything stays the same. And we ain't got no lots.
We have The Dog Walks the Dog. I've been wanting to opt in and use flat. I'm not sure how to do it in bulk. Can I do it in bulk?
You can probably do an eBay policy. So what you would have to do is set up a shipping policy on eBay where you would say that 0 to 4 ounces is a certain amount of money, 4 ounces to 8 ounces is a certain amount of money, and then 8.01 ounces to this is a certain amount of money. That's the only bulk thing that I know. So you would have to research eBay shipping policies and then go on there from how that would go on for there.
Okay. We have Leah Thorpe. Does the jeweler charge you to authenticate your jewelry?
No, he doesn't actually. And we asked him, he said, you know, before we gave him the jewelry, we were like, hey, do you want us to like pay you for your time? He was like, no, there's no big deal. So he just looked at it, went through it really fast. It took him like, I don't know, 10 minutes, probably less than 10 minutes. He told us what everything was, but he doesn't charge to authenticate stuff. And then he told us how to sell it on eBay to make more money.
Says, I really appreciate all of the info you share with your subscribers. Will you tell us what size storage unit you are in when filming these videos? I have a hard time deciding what size to rent. Thank you.
This one is a 10 by 15. I'm pretty sure. No, this is a 10 by 20. And that one's a 10 by 15.
10 by 20.
Yeah, 10 by 20. And actually, this looks like it might be a 25. This could be a 10 by 25. Yeah, this is definitely a 10 by 25.
10 by
this one's a 10 by
25?
25. That one over there is probably a 10 by 15 that's not open. So if you think about it, we really have a 10 by 40 type of space. And somebody also asked us, why don't we have a warehouse, basically? And I will tell you how much it is to rent this. Now, I'm guessing most everybody is sitting down at this point and watching this video. Or if you're driving, pull over on the side of the road when I tell you how much it costs for us to rent this stuff. It's $550. We spend $550 on this one and that one combined, right? The thing is, as small warehouses around Myrtle Beach area. Now we say we're in the Myrtle Beach area, but we're really not. We're south of Myrtle Beach in Murrells Inlet. Like that's where
Prices go up.
That's where prices go up. You start heading south, Murrells Inlet, Litchfield, Pawleys, you're in like the more high.
You're headed to Charleston.
Yeah, heading to Charleston prices. And for a small warehouse, it would probably easily cost, because I know one just went up in Surfside for a space that was probably about this size. Probably about this size or a little bit bigger. And it's $1,800, not including your electric, gas and electric, anything. You would need, you know, it just, we can't justify, we don't make that much money to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to go ahead and tack on an additional, most likely $1,500 of overhead to our business when these are working fine. And you do have good insurance here. We have the insurance plan through the, you know, here, and also the lights always work. So it's one of those things that it's just not, I mean, if you had a warehouse, your light bill alone would probably be, and your AC bill might be $400. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how much it is to just heat and air our house around these parts because it gets hot. If you had a warehouse that was climate controlled, and a lot of these have to be climate controlled, we're in 2 climate controlled things, I really believe that your utility bills would be just as much as these two together. So that's why we don't do it. Also, we live in a small neighborhood that has an HOA. We have a very small backyard. And so that's why we don't have a shed. I know a lot of people are like, move and go get you a shed. We live like a mile and a half away from the beach. Yeah. We ain't moving nowhere.
Well, and it's perfect for the amount of, you know, Goodwills that we have around this area, and the yard sales.
We have a lot of yard sales. We have a lot of storage units around us. So if we moved out into like the country somewhere and bought a whole bunch of sheds and put them on our property, the amount of time it would take for us to get to a city that has as many Goodwills or yard sales or storage units that we have. Now, do I eventually want to end up in the country? Sure, why not? It ain't just the time though. So that's why we have elected to just have these two. We don't want to get any bigger than this, right? But that's the reason.
We have Deb Ann. I missed your dad's Whatnot show. I could not find it. When you have time, could you post his info? Thanks. Yes. Name is Z Shores. Z
Shore A1A. So Z Shore space A1A, and that he's the only one close to that on Whatnot. So if you look that up, Z and then Shore space A1A, you'll be able to find that on the Whatnot.
We have it John Roth. I notice that you mark your boxes like C4 and so on. Where do you put that in the description when you sell things to find out where the item is? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Under the item description, if you click it and go all the way down, there's going to be a thing that says custom SKU. Just click that and you can put anything there, and the buyer cannot see that. So say if you don't have a storage unit, or you don't even have bins, you just have stuff in your house and you have stuff in the guest bathroom or the bathroom or something, then what you're going to do is you're going to put on there bathroom shelf or on fireplace mantle or something like that, because the buyer cannot see that information. So it's under the custom SKU and the item description.
Okay, and we have Lavin Derigel. Thank you for your information. I have a question for you and the folks in the chat. Do you send the buyer an invoice and a return label with every purchase? I've had a buyer hounding me all day, wanting to know why I didn't send her a return label, and I shipped her shirt to her.
Return label, no, the return label would only be if they're sending it back.
Right.
Yeah. So you wouldn't send a return label with it. Now, if they're asking for a refund, we do free refunds, so we would just automatically, she would do it, and eBay would generate the label for her through her computer. So I wouldn't send her a return label, and we do not send invoices inside of anything like packing slips. We've never people have requested them, and then we do it. Like,
sure.
Hey, can you go ahead and send this invoice? Can you do this? Can you do this? Then we go ahead and do what the buyer asks. But other than that, no, because you have your online receipt from eBay, what was bought. So we don't actually include it inside there, because you have exactly, if you go online, they can print out their actual receipt that they bought.
Yeah.
Their stuff. Is that it?
That's all the questions.
Well, that ain't too shabby. What we're going to do is go ahead and pack this stuff up, ship it out. We thought we were done. We're actually not done. Since you were asking about the size of this one's definitely a 10 by 15, right? I would 100% say that. So what we have here is, all these are empty except this one right here, but we have our booth, right? We have our antique booth. I don't know if you call it an antique booth. It'd be more like a yard sale style booth, right? And then Kayla has all of her stuff right here for the booth. We just went and checked on it, and in about a week we sold, what, 5 items? So what she does is that she takes a picture of the booth, and then after that, we come in and we try to find things that are the same size that needs to go in the booth. So this beautiful slag glass butterfly, it's going in the booth because it will actually fit in there. And then this entire thing, it's really cool. She just comes in here, she has an array of things that will actually fit in there. And then after that, you then go ahead and go to the people, and then you send in your little tags, and they get them done. I think like every Tuesday and Friday they get them done. We're gonna at least stock the booth probably, what, twice a month? Probably 3 times a month, maybe hopefully every week. Some weeks we can't get to it because we're super busy, like filming for the Bearded Thrift Machine channel. But like right here, like those things are nice. We got places for platters. Look at this. This is carnival glass. That is pretty. Look at this one. People were going crazy about this one. I don't think it was, yeah, it was like that one, and then look at that carnival glass.
That's not carnival. I don't even know what that
is. Look at that thing. That's nice right there. And then
probably put...
that's more of a fall color.
Yeah, it is. I think I might put this one.
This one looks summery. And Kayla does super good at picking the stuff to put in there that is like of the season. So right now it's summertime. She doesn't put any type of fall items in there, obviously, until the fall. But this right here, this is a classic. I mean, this is kind of fall though, isn't it? No? What do y'all think? Is that fall, summer? It's a classic though.
Yeah.
We'll put it in there. It might sell.
It's a filler.
Now, people were beating me up before because I said that these were only worth like, what, $10 a piece? And they were like, no, that thing's worth way more than that. And they are. They're actually worth like 20 or 30. This is definitely summer. Check this out. A lot of this stuff we are completely in the profit for. So something like this, what are you going to try to sell for at the booth?
I would sell it for $10 a piece, or probably $15.
I would say
$15 a piece.
$15 a piece. I would say, yeah, 15 a piece, so 30 for the pair. That's a pretty good price for that. This is actually pretty fun. What else you got back here? What is that thing?
I'd like to put this in there, but I don't have room for it, unfortunately. The ducks. We need to have your dad shine those up.
Oh yeah, Dad. Shine up them ducks.
Yeah.
Them things are nice. I think he's gonna come over and help me work on the Mustang soon, so I can bring him over here to give him some of that. And here, what is all this? Where'd you get all this stuff at? Is that pottery? Oh, that's that pottery where the top goes on it, and then you put like salsa in it, and then you put the like ice at the bottom of it. The lady was saying. I mean, that's how much you selling for this in the booth? $10?
$10, yeah. That's
$10 and you don't have to ship it. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. We picked it up for $1, so $10 wouldn't be bad. Oh yeah, this guy's actually super good. He might be eBay worthy. I don't know. In the booth, we would probably sell him for 10 to 15 bucks. They're those Toby mugs. I forget what they're called. That's nice too. That's the basket weave made in Italy glass.
For fall.
Yeah, that's a good fall. This guy is an everydayer. Do you drink coffee out of this? You know my dad likes these face mugs. Yeah, I think he's got a couple.
To have him shine that up too.
That could just go in the booth. How much do we buy it for? $8. I'm hoping I got a deal on this. Because in the booth that would probably be like a $5 bill. Mermaid kisses and starfish wishes.
You should just stand in the booth and sell things.
I should stand in the booth and try to sell things. I think that would be. I bet you I would sell more things. Is that carnival glass? Check this one out. So this one right here, it's like I've never seen this stuff, but I guarantee we bought this together at a yard sale. So this is also looks like some sort of rainbow glass. Look at that. Check it out. So that I think is going in the booth also. So these little things we've noticed sell so much better in the booth than anything big. Although we did sell a big picture in the booth. Do you remember how much you had the picture listed for?
I can't remember.
Me neither. But the picture did sell. And then we know people up on the north end that says that Tupperware sell really well in the booth. So that's there. I don't think we have the room for that though. I think one day I would like to have a bigger booth, because then you could put some like decent looking furniture in it and everything. But this I think is going to be left behind. What's in this box? It's like trains or something. What is that? These like little... When prayers go up, blessings come down. Oh, this was from the storage unit. So it's basically how we get the booth done every day. What you need is like a backlog that we've noticed of booth items to actually get the stuff finished. And then when like you sell something that size, we can then hurry up and get our tag and then be ready to go ahead and put the other thing in. And the booth, we really like it. It's very fun. It does take some time. Kayla does most of it, to be honest with you. I don't do much of it, but she does a really, really good job because she knows what people buy for certain things, and I don't know.
You do a great job.
Nah, you do better. But we're gonna go ahead now. We're gonna go home and get this stuff. She's gonna do the tags for the booth. I'm gonna go ahead and post stuff on eBay and get this video edited. And then I think that's it. Also, the thing I was talking about in the last video about us trying a new thing, it hasn't worked out so far, but we're not giving up, right? We're not giving up on it. We'll see you on the next one.